Matt, what you got?
God damn it. I've been sitting here trying to figure out what that game series is for the life of me. It's killing me. But anywho, jumping over. So, I brought to the table something it's kind of been interesting to me. It's been kind of hot news recently. Something that, for someone that has been on many flights in my life, as an experienced flyer.
Oh boy.
It personally upsets me.
JetBlue.
And that would be the PR nightmare that is the United Airlines incident referencing Dr. Dow.
Incident's a word for it.
Yeah, hopefully,
Incident is
hopefully
a
we're
word.
not too topical. Hopefully we're not too late on this train.
Nah, I mean,
People are still talking about
people
this.
are still... I remember waking up, rolling over in bed, grabbing my phone. One of the first things I did, I'm just like, let me check my Reddit feed. Let's see what's up. And every subreddit possible was just talking about United Airlines. I was like, what did I miss? Every subreddit was just like screaming about it in one way or another. And I'm like, what is happening? So I went and I read some articles. I watched the video. Did you guys see the actual video of him, Dr. Dow being
I gotta go home.
disembarking?
I gotta go home.
In quotation marks. Damn.
Alright, so are we doing a debate on this at all, or are we just discussing?
I just want to discuss it. If you have
How do we debate this? Like,
was United justified?
Okay? So here's my thing. On
I say
paper, I think on paper they were justified.
Yep.
Completely.
I disagree.
I think 100%
On
they're
paper.
justified.
They
No,
were on
on
paper,
paper.
They were completely in the right.
No.
Their execution.
Sure.
I disagree.
Execution was. What
There
is
were
their
like
downfall.
there were seven other passengers
7 other.
who were fighting as well.
Mm-hmm.
They were going, no, I bought my ticket. This is unfair. I'm not going to
that-
disembark. And United said, hey, if you get off the flight and you delay, we'll pay you $200.
Mm.
Hey, we'll give you $500 in credit. Okay, screw it. You need the plane. 7 other people were going, no, this is unfair. And then finally, like, sir, we're going to escort you off. They went, okay. The doctor went, I got to go home, and started running around like a madman, started yelling, started screaming, started pushing back the security guards. So they're going to use force against them. Again, execution's wrong, but every other person acts like a civilized person at the airport and went, okay, yes. They took the credit on their accounts, and they went home.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, the compensation was at that time goes up to at least $13.50.
Yes.
Yeah.
But let me talk about this.
Yeah.
The policy states that's for, you're not allowed, people who aren't going to be, it's supposed to happen before they board,
Right.
not when they're on the plane.
That's
Yeah.
where I
So
think. That's where I think
that's
they
the
messed up.
sticking issue is.
Sure.
It's not execution. It's their policy was to stop people before they board if it's going to be an overbooked plane, but they didn't.
Right.
They just went ahead, let everyone board, and then they're like, okay, JK, we need to get some employees on here. Let's kick off these paying customers.
Right.
And
That's where I.
And then we'll compensate you, and you as a normal human being go, okay, cool, I'm compensated, and the company's the company, I'm paying for their service.
Gotta go home.
And the guy, and again, everyone else was still upset, but they're normal human beings, and went, okay, fine, I'll take the credit, instead of running up and down the aisles, screaming, pushing other people, and causing a disruption.
this wouldn't have happened if they did it before they got on the plane.
There are thousands of flights a day. It's this is one of the major airlines.
yeah,
It's a
not like-
monopoly.
and it's in Chicago as well. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like.
It's like they were intentionally like, ha ha ha, we're gonna screw over these flights. They're like,
Yeah.
we really need to get these employees on.
I agree.
We messed up.
I agree. It wasn't like those security guards woke up that morning like, man, we get to concuss someone today.
Right.
I am pumped. I completely agree with you. on that
and
one.
also, please let me remind you that to get on that plane, do you know how much security you have to go through? You have to get everything knocked down. Is everyone acts so surprised that there was this much force used on a flight? I'm like, the most sensitive area where all of your rights are gone in America are on flights.
Yep.
We lost all right, and we've willingly given up all of our rights to go on planes. We've given up the Fourth Amendment. We've given up First Amendment. If you say the word bomb on a plane, they have the legal right to remove you.
Yep.
So it's like, go figure, a guy's running up and down the aisle screaming bloody murder because he refused to delay his flight half an hour to get another ticket and get compensated for it so a company can do their business because they messed up. And everyone's like, oh my, sure, again, execution's wrong. No one should be assaulted like that.
Yeah.
But everyone's acting like it's totally unjustified. I'm like, no.
No.
They gave him multiple outs and he was fighting back.
Emily, you look like you're thinking.
Oh, okay. I'm just saying, like, I feel like this whole scandal is a cover-up story for something that happened earlier, where
Alright.
two girls
The leggings.
Oh,
I was
yeah,
going to bring
wearing
this up.
leggings
Right.
weren't allowed on board.
I think that United.
A brilliant brilliant cover story.
Right.
I mean,
I don't know if it makes them look worse.
Clearly the juicier.
there's
Details.
two things about that. The leggings is because those girls had guest passes. That was their
Yeah.
excuse. Is that
Once again,
hey,
United
people with
is
guest
right
passes
in that
have
way.
a stricter dress code, but that doesn't really make sense either.
It's a guest pass.
Yeah,
So
it's like
if I'm not mistaken, they were flying as technically. I think it's like in a way you can fly as family members of employees of United Airlines. Like a friend of
Okay.
mine who gets basically free flights because her father is a pilot.
Yeah.
United Airlines. So doing this, you're allowed to like get these kind of bonuses and stuff like that. But you have to adhere to a certain set of standards. Like for instance, presentation has to be upheld and stuff like that. So not being able to wear leggings and having a dress code to kind of give like to give off like the type of persona that United Airlines wants to be associated with, I completely understand. Once again, on paper, I think United Airlines was in the right on that way.
but it's just how does the regular passenger know that these people are guest pass users? And why would it matter, to be honest?
I guess necessarily they wouldn't, but if they had someone that was walking in dressed incredibly
Oh, yeah.
just in a sports bra, leggings, sandals, and a giant hat that said, fuck America across it. And was like,
Right.
guess who's flying
Ariana
for free,
Grande.
bitches?
Yeah, exactly.
It would be
It's
it'd be a bit
Whoa,
of a problem.
My flight attendant mom
But
got me.
we're allowed to have Ariana Grande do this.
Well, she's also the worst human being.
I mean, that's a little debatable.
I hate fat people.
I mean, here's the thing. We all hate America here. She just did.
Fighting
Disclaimer,
words.
She was
Fighting
no
words.
longer
Yeah.
works with us.
I say the communists wearing a red shirt right now.
God. I mean, to be fair, pop stars, they're allowed to be crazy.
Are they?
That's in
They're
their,
not
that's
allowed,
in their
but we allow
contract
them.
to be crazy, so they can
If
keep.
they were normal,
Are they allowed
just
to,
square
or are they
people,
just happy?
They wouldn't be people. They wouldn't.
Well, it's because of
have
the.
fame.
I will say that because of the spotlight, it fucks them up.
I
And
think
especially
because they're
Ariana Grande from being a young age on the rapey Nickelodeon show.
right,
Victorious.
victorious.
Victorious. Yes. No.
It's rapey.
No. Yeah. 100%. Let's talk about Dan
Whoa,
Schneider.
This is a whole nother
No,
conversation.
we're not having this
This
conversation
is a
today.
whole other
Save it for
conversation.
another podcast.
Another
Save it.
podcast. I will rant
Another
about Dan
podcast and
Schneider.
folks will go at
Broadcastinated.
Nickelodeon. Wait. So jumping back real
Procrastinated?
quick, something I found interesting. You guys saw the video of the United Airlines CEO
Yeah.
giving his little spiel,
Yeah.
where he was talking about the word he used in which he was referring to Dr. Dow was him in disembarking the plane. He used this word several times over and over again.
Yep.
In my opinion, and Emily, you can Google this and make sure this definition is correct. Can you Google the definition of disembark and tell me, does that involve voluntary? Like, is that a voluntary action? Because that makes me think voluntary action. And if you've watched the video, it's pretty hard to disembark by choice when your
When
limp
you're
body
dragged.
is being dragged down an aisle. So it's just, I think, and immediately he comes out right away and he defends United Airlines. Now, regardless whether, even though I think on paper they were in the right, I wouldn't say I would have done that. I just saying from in a leadership position, I would think maybe a little bit more. Hey, maybe we should just come out neutral. Maybe we should say, hey, we're still investigating. We want to be sure. Immediately defending your employees, I just think it sends the wrong message. And it's
I had the definition for disembark right here.
I want
I
you
have
to
the
read it.
oh yeah, I have the definition too.
Read it.
Emily, go for it.
Leave a spaceship, aircraft, or other vehicle. It does not
It just says ship. It
mention
doesn't say spaceship. It says ship.
spaceship.
What?
The spaceship
To leave your
get
spaceship.
fucked.
Look, leave a
What do you
ship.
mean spaceship? Leave a ship, aircraft. Yeah, just a ship.
I will agree
Why?
on spaceship.
Shut up, Evan.
I read
Trying
that
to
myself. It said spaceship.
No.
It's 100% fact.
Leave
I read
a
it. It
ship,
says spaceship.
aircraft, or other vehicle.
The actual Google definitions leave a when they were writing when they're
Leave a
creating
ship.
the word disembark when they were in the classic Latin
When
they were going, oh, spaceship.
when Mr. Webster and Mr.
technically, I
Merriam met
guess
together,
in-
they're like,
once again on
I know what
paper,
we need.
I was wrong and they were right.
A spaceship.
Once again on paper, they might be proving me wrong. But I would argue disembarking is more of a voluntary, is normally used in a voluntary aspect.
At the end of the day,
Yes.
right? This is an issue of where do you lie on the empathizing side of it, right? Like, do you go?
I
If I
empathize
was
with him.
it's like if I was that passenger, I would be uproarious and I feel irate for him.
Oh, I
or do
believe
you
for all
go?
it's worth.
Or do you go as someone who understands how large companies work? Do you feel sympathy for United, who now has, for the CEO who now has to deal and struggle with dang it, I have airports all over the world with flights and people and employees running everywhere. And because of this stupid scandal, how do I handle this mess up and this misstep? Because do we go, yes, we totally messed up, we're going to fire all these guards and employees in private security, and we're going to set a precedent now to
Well, the
make sure
guards
ahead of
didn't
time?
work for.
Yeah, exactly.
They worked for the airport, not.
Right. Well, I'm saying, like, do we make sure they get, like, reprimanded, right? Was it justified? Or do you go, what he's doing right now, do I play it more diplomatically? And right now, United stock's down. It's, like, really, really down right now. You know it's going to go back up. Because
Sure.
flights are a monopoly. You know, there's, like, 7 airlines now total. Across the
Yeah.
entire world.
Yeah.
So, I would say the smart move now is be careful what you do on airlines.
Yeah.
Maybe they should be more careful, I guess, because the next time anyone gets abused in a flight, it's going to make national headlines. I mean, Donald Trump and Korea are about to blow up right now,
Yeah.
and United took precedence for like 2 days.
No. It's just a matter of, at the end of the day, just read the black and white. Know what you can do. Know when you're being wronged. And even so, I don't know, I'm the type of person that if I'm being pulled off a plane by someone with a badge, I'm getting off the plane. I might fight it like hell afterwards, but I'm going to get off the plane because that is my civic
Oh, I'm
obligation.
gonna ask for like higher compensation.
You could have said, hey, you
Yeah.
named $13.50, I'm out of here. I'm gone. You could have
Honestly, offering them like $13.50 or like
so much better.
offering them $2,000.
So
Maybe
much better.
medical
Would've-
bills.
Yeah,
So much better than all this.
it would
I have a
cost
bit of
them
a
so much
non-sequitur.
less than what they're suffering now.
Absolutely.
I have a bit of a non sequitur.
Sure.
All right, I'm on United's Twitter, and I was looking to see like I was trying to remember what other like stuff they were going through because I remember they had like another big disaster, this leggings thing. But I noticed there's one follower I know that follows United. It's Hamill Buress.
Is he a big United fan?
I guess Hamill Buress loves listening to what United has to say.
That reminds me of how like the only page that the Seinfeld Curran Day page follows is Lena Dunham. Just, like, is it a troll or do they genuinely enjoy?
Oh my goodness.
All right.
Okay.
Well, great topic, Matt. Considering the fact I've read at least 3 new op-eds today about how the lawsuit's going and the justification of this, it was topical.
It's definitely a sign
And
of
considering the
discussion.
fact I have another flight in a month for sure.
Who are you flying with?
Good thing I fly Southwest because I'm poor.
Oh, damn. I hear they're giving free concussions. It's too bad you
Yeah.
could have gotten United.
I know. So yeah.